Hey everyone, the purpose of this video is to show that how we can containerize any Node.js service. So first of all, this is the service shown in VS Code in my virtual machine CentOS 7 in front of you. So this is the service built in Express.js, which is the framework of Node.js. Express.js version 4 is used here. So this is service. This does some work. uh, the purpose of this video is not to go in depth of this service. So whatever this service does, uh, we don't need to go in that further. So this is some service. Let me run this service with the help of npm run watch command. This service is running on port 3001, and now this service has one API. What that API does, that it receives some XML. This service is running on port 3001, and this is the IP of my virtual machine. Let me show you that IP as well. So if I will run if config on my virtual machine, this is the IP 130 of my virtual machine, and now here in my postman I am using this IP of the virtual machine, and then the port on which my service is running, and I am hitting this API hot leads feed, and now I am sending the hitting the API, and I have successfully got my status 200 response. And here you can see that there are some logs here. What actually this service does, it has some multiple APIs. I have tested one of those APIs. This API receives some XML, parses dot that XML, get some data, useful data from that, uh, and then parses that data, sends some emails, and then saves that data into the database. So my database used here is MySQL, and you can see my SQL here, which on my dbeaver I have installed dbeaver on my virtual machine. This is the MySQL here connected. This is the table XML dev table where my data will be saved. So let me refresh here, and you can see when I refreshed, uh, it, uh, it my data is refreshed. So let me repeat that process once again. Here you can see there are total 3 rows. I am hitting the API once again. I have received successful response, and now I'm going back to my dbeaver. I am refreshing here, and you can see that one row is being added. So my service is working all right. So I am now exiting my command npm run watch command. So now I will containerize this service. What actually containerization is, and for containerization is basically that to shipping my working software from from, for example, development to deployment on any server, or on AWS, or on Google, or any Google workspace servers, maybe. So for this purpose, I will use Docker. Docker is a tool with the help of which we can containerize our softwares, our services, our microservices, our web applications, whatever you can say. For this Docker, what does actually Docker does? There is one Docker file present at the root of any application, and that Docker file is basically a config file where we use some instructions, and using those instructions, Docker first of all creates the image of the service, and when the service image is being created successfully, then we can create multiple instances of that image, and we call that instances containers. uh, for example, you can say that we create then when the image of the service is created, we can create multiple containers from that image. So basically this is the main concept. So now I think we should move to some actual working. First of all, I will this is my service. It has some code, whatever the service is doing. I will first of all create a Docker file here. You can say that this is the main config file. Using this file, Nodejs will using this file, Docker will create an image of the service. So this is the main. First of all, this service we have to use these are some keywords we have to implement to create a form. So first of all, there is from, and from node dot 12 point Node.js version I am using locally here on my virtual machine is Node version 12.22.8. So I will use this same version of Node here. So basically here I have said that this is the node. This will be the main base image on the top of which our image of this service will be created. So this is what exactly Docker will do. Docker will first of all, for example, let me Google this thing, Docker node image, and it will go to this hub.docker.com and it will pull this official Node.js image present on this site. This is the node official image. This process will be done, docker pull node official image with latest. So we will not I will not use latest node image, but I will use node image on this for this variant. This will be a thing will be done in the start, and now back when on the top of this Node.js image, our image of for this service will be created. And secondly, now what we have to do is work directory. This is the second parameter, and what exactly work directory is, where that all other commands we will use after this, they will use this working directory, so that we don't have to repeat our working directory again and again. So for only one time we will inform Docker that this will be our working directory for all subsequent commands. So our working directory will be, for example, home dev. What our working directory right now for this service is, this service is present in home dev projects XRest interface. This service is present here, but I will use some other path. I will use home dev projects. Let me let's see this projects. There will be another directory name docker images, and this will be our directory being used for all subsequent commands. Let me see that if this directory is already present or not. We are in XRS interface. Let me go one step back, and now I am listing, and there is this directory already present. Let me go into this directory, docker images, and this directory is empty. So there is not any problem for that. This directory is already present here in this path, but we should move further. We have specified our working directory, and after that we have to use this command copy. First of all, what exactly we will do that we have to follow all those steps which we will follow while we are pulling this service from any repo, GitHub, or Bitbucket, for example, and then we have to follow all those steps which we will do while we will pull this service from any repo. We will first create our directory, and then we will uh, create package.json file or package log.json file, and then we will install our all our modules with the help of npm install command. So we are using all those steps right now as well. So first of all, we will copy our this package.json and package log.json file from here to this working directory. So we are using all those steps: package static dot json. So basically this will do this will include package.json and package log.json. Both files will be included with the help of static, and we will copy this to the above directory, home dev projects docker images, to the above directory. This package log.json file will be copied, and after that what we will do, we will install our modules with the help of npm install or npm ci command. So for docker files, instead of npm install command, we mostly use npm ci command. There are some basic differences between npm install and npm ci command. I will not go further into those node package manager details, that what exactly are the differences between npm install and npm ci command, but the main thing on which we have to focus is our on our docker tutorial. So but the main thing is that for containerizing our Nodejs services, we use npm ci command mostly. This has some basic advantages on npm install, but we use npm install mostly uh, while we are developing. So after all our modules are being installed, then what we will do, we will copy all our code from here to the docker images. So to copy all our code, I will use this command copy. I'm not sure I can use lowercase as well. Copy, I will copy all my code from this is instructions should be written in uppercase letters. So it is give me a warning. I don't know that will actually this will work or not, but it is give me a warning that that all instructions should be written in uppercase letters. So I am writing my instructions in uppercase letters, and I am copying all my code from here to the what exactly the syntax of copy command is. That first we have to write copy, and then 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 path to target directory, and then space, and then path to destination directory. So this is the main syntax of copy command, and that exactly which I have done here. And after all the code from here is copied to docker images, then I will move further, and now I will do is in the end we use command. This command instruction accepts array of strings, and this array of strings contain all the commands. uh, this array of string accepts the final command which we use, like the final command which we will use is this npm run start or start dev maybe. I think I will go for npm run start dev. This is npm run start dev command. So first this array of string, first parameter array, first index will be npm, second will be run, and third will be start dev. So this is our docker file. I am saving this file, and now I will create image. uh, I have to go present in the present working directory. Now I am in the right directory. This directory contains our docker file. So here in this path, first of all I will create image from this doc with the help of this docker file. And to create the image, this is the command we use: docker build dot means the current working directory, and space minus tag. Here I will give the tag to our to be created image tag, and our tag name will be exa dash image. Exa dash image. Okay, I think I am good to go. I will run this. .386 packages are being run. Our okay, our command is run successfully tagged exa image latest. This our image with the name of exa dash image is created, and the tag used for that is latest. This is the image ID. So I can further confirm this with the help of docker images, and here I can see that our image with the name exa image, this is the tag latest, this is the image ID, is created 26 seconds ago with the size of 967 MB. Our image is being created successfully, and now we will run we will create container from this image. We cannot ship this image to anywhere, to any other platform to be used as a replica of this service. So what we have to do is we have to use containers for that. Containers are basically uh, an other kind of operating system, you can say, another kind of virtual machine or operating system which has its own networking, its own file system. Basically it is a process. Linux or every operating system is running on the basis of multiple processes. Everything is a process in operating system. So container is also one of those processes, which but it is kind of a unique process than others. It has its own networking, its own file system. Basically, in short, you can say that it's just another operating system inside an operating system. So now we are going to create that container from this image, and then we can ship that container to any other platform. That container will be lightweight, and with when that container will we can use that container to any other platform as a to use this service. Okay, to create container from this image, we will use this command docker run, and then the name of the image, exa dash image. Okay, our container is our service is running successfully, and this time this service is running inside the container. This service is running on port 3001. Okay, now I will hit this port once again from my postman, and now when I am running hitting this port, it is giving an error, which I already knew that this error will come, and now I will explain you why. This error says connection refused because as I already told you that this service now our service is now running inside a container, but we haven't used proper address for this proper address of the container, that we haven't used done the mapping that from which port of our virtual machine to which port of container this service will be run. That for example, this service is running on port 3001. This 3001 port is of virtual machine, or this 3001 port is of container. We don't know. We haven't used any configuration for this, so we have to do proper mapping for any service to run successfully inside container. So first I'm clearing docker ps. With the help of docker ps, we can see all the containers running in running form, and if we will use command docker ps -a, we can use all the with the help of docker ps command, we can see all the running containers, and with the help of command docker ps -a, we can see all the containers, whether they are in the running form or stopped form, whatever the status is. So our container was created successfully last time, but it exited because I exited it last time. So we will run create the container again, and this time I will use publish flag. This flag does that. This flag basically does mapping between the port of virtual machine and or you can say host machine. This flag publish basically does mapping between the host machine and the container port. So I will use 3001. This I will basically use mapping between 3001 port of host machine to 3001 port of container, and now I will run bad option publish. I think there is some issue with the sequence. Publish, and in the last we have to use the name of the image. Okay, I have created the container once again. Let me confirm this on another tab of terminal. Docker ps, our container is running once again. It was started once again 16 seconds ago. It is now in the running state. Okay, and now it is the running state, and now if I will hit our API, and you can see now the state response of our state our API is 200 successfully, and there is some kind of log here as well. And if I use my DB, refresh my DB, and you can see there is another data here as well. So our container is created successfully. Now but there is one thing here that this container has kind of controlled this terminal instance. So whenever I will close this terminal instance, our container will be stopped. So this thing is not good, and we have to start the container in detached mode, and we can do this with the help of first of all, I am stopping this container with the help of Control-C command, and you will see that when I have stopped the container, now if I am docker ps, our exa image container is not in the running state anymore, but it is in the stopped state, as you can see. But there is another issue here, that our containers are being created again and again. So I think I should clear all those containers with the help of this command, docker remove rm. Now I will use these containers with the help of their copy paste, copy paste. Oh, copy paste. Okay, now all our containers all are deleted successfully. There is not exa container anymore, and if I see docker images, our images is present already. And now we will create another container using this images, and but this time in detached mode. This time in the detached mode. So in the detached mode, what will happen, that we don't our container will be running in the background and will not be relying anymore on the current instance of terminal, and we can do it with the help of -t command. So our container is created once again, but this time it has freed our current terminal instance. And now if I will run docker ps command once again, I can see that our exa image, our container is running, but this container is not relying anymore on the current terminal instance. Let me run hit my API once again, and you can see that the status is successful. And if I share my DB here, our data is being updated in the database. So that was the main process of containerizing any Node.js service. But I think there is one issue here in this process as well, that whenever we hit our API, our container is using the database of host machine. Our service is being containerized, but the actual process of this service is that it takes some data and saves that data after some processing, after some further logics, and then saves that data to database. But where that database is present, that database is present in the host machine. So whenever we will ship this container to some other place, at that other place maybe our MySQL database will not be present. So our container will not run correctly on that place, on that shipping place. So it will fail and it will start giving errors. So this is one problem. And in the next video, what exactly we will do that while creating container, we will also create container of Docker. We will also create container of MySQL as well, and we will then compose kind of both containers join in the same things, that there will be both containers. One container will be of MySQL and the other container will be of this service, and the container of this service will be relying on the container of MySQL. Those both containers will be working joint. So whenever in this way we can ship those both containers to some other server very easily, and our application will not break. So we will do this in the next video, and we will show I will see you in the next one. Take care.